It wasn't long ago that computers took up entire rooms just to perform calculations, but today they can fit in your pocket. So how has computing technology gotten so much better yet shrunk in size at the same time? Well, to answer this, let's look at one specific technology, the laptop. The first attempt at this technology goes all the way back to the 70s. The first portable computer was the IBM 5100, released in September of 1975. It weighed 55 pounds, which was much lighter and more portable than any other computer to date. It was stacked with a 5-inch CRT display, a tape drive, a 1.9 megahertz processor, and 64 kilobytes of RAM. To give you a comparison, my Samsung Galaxy S7 has a 2.1 gigahertz processor and 4 gigabytes of RAM. So what could this thing possibly do? Well, don't forget that it was only 2 years prior the mobile phone was first introduced and the market for mobile tech had begun. IBM was aiming at mobile technology that could be useful in the fast-paced age of the modern era. Unfortunately, it would take over a decade before the luggage-style design was dropped for the more recognizable clamshell form factor.
NEC released the NEC Ultralight in 1989, weighing less than 5 pounds, and had a RAM card slot, external 3.5-inch floppy drive reader, SRAM cards, ROM cards, parallel port adapter cable, and an M-DOS 3.3 operating system. One common modern feature that came into play around this time was the touchpad, introduced by Olivetti in 1992. A more modern-looking laptop that some of you may recognize was produced by IBM in 1994. The ThinkPad 775 CD was the first laptop to feature an integrated CD-ROM drive, a feature that has since gone out of style in many modern designs. It included Windows 3.1, 8 megabit RAM, which was soldered onto the motherboard, with an option of upgrading. There was also the option of having a modem built into our internet connection, and a choice of a 10.4-inch or 12.1-inch TFT displays, both with a maximum resolution of 800 by 600. The ThinkPad design was so monumental to the scene of portable computing that the overall look has changed much, even after Lenovo bought the title from IBM. Take the example from 2013, ThinkPad T440. While it was quite a step up from the 1992 ThinkPad, it closely resembles the T42 from 2003. Around this time, the outside of laptops does not change too much, but internally it's a different story. To give you an idea, let's take this one apart and see what I mean.
As you can see, it is similar to a desktop with a motherboard, CPU, RAM, hard drive disk, and graphics processing unit. From the early 2000s and onwards, these components are what get the most upgrading, which can be hard to see behind all the brushed aluminum and plastic. It should come as no surprise that smaller devices have weaker components and more constraints than larger ones, but that hasn't stopped companies like Dell from pushing the boundaries.
In 2002, the Alienware series of Dell laptops had begun setting a new standard in the industry with the first ever gaming laptop, the Area 51M. This was a change in how the performance of laptops would be viewed for future generations. It included a Pentium 4 CPU, which was one of the most powerful at the time. In 2009, the M17X laptop launches and quickly becomes the gold standard in gaming laptops. It had a starting price of $1,799, a 2.53 GHz Intel Core 2 Quad Extreme processor, 8 GB of RAM, 500 GB hard drive, and NVIDIA graphics, and it weighed less than 13 pounds. In 2011, Alienware launches the M18X, the fastest gaming laptop in the universe. In the same year, the M17X receives IGN's Best PC Award at CES 2011.
But what about the drawbacks to such portable and powerful technology? One issue that some researchers are concerned with involves students using laptops in the classroom. In 2008, from a journal named Computers in Education, researchers have found that laptops can facilitate faculty-student interactions and in-class participation, thus increasing engagement and active learning. At the same time, however, having too many focal points at once can reduce the ability to retain information. So what is next for laptop technology? The cases have become thin, portable, durable, and pleasing to the eye. The components are just about on par with full desktop rigs, very affordable for their performance compared to models from earlier decades. So what can be improved further? Additional usability features like a touch bar, touch screens, and high-speed data transfer ports, as well as cloud syncing software, are all recent improvements to the user experience. It's not too far-fetched that technology like detachable tablet screens, more powerful components, and thin, lightweight technology may all come together, or that powerful laptops may not come at such a premium any longer, as different tiers come out with different price ranges. In the early days of laptops, there was only one new edition at a time, usually with a hefty price. But today, there are often low, medium, and pro-level machines designed with different users in mind and reasonable price tags for each. Some researchers have speculated on possible component upgrades such as electro-hydrodynamic cooling, which could replace traditional cooling fans with blown air over heat sinks, and the manufacturing of lithium-ion batteries, which would drive down costs, improve battery life, and reduce the chances of accidents like these. Although computers will continue to evolve, laptops will continue to be a staple of the industry. Whether it's in the workplace, on the train, in the coffee shop, or at home in bed, laptops are what the world needs to get work done anywhere, anytime.